All right, let's talk about something that is fundamentally changing what it even means to be a developer. I'm talking about prompt engineering. And look, this isn't just another shiny new tool. It's quickly becoming the absolute core of how we're all going to be building software from now on. So let's just get right to the point. No fluff. If you're a developer, you've probably been asking yourself this: is my job really about to change because of AI? Well, the answer, it might be a little more urgent than you think. Yeah, the simple, blunt answer is it already has. The ground has literally shifted under our feet. This isn't some far-off change on the horizon. It's happening right now, as we speak. Okay, so what does this massive shift actually look like in the real world? Let's kick things off by digging into this new reality of the AI copilot, because it is completely changing the rules of the game. For as long as we've been coding, our relationship with our stuff has been about tools, right? You use an IDE, you use a compiler, a debugger, but AI is totally different. It's not just another tool in your toolbox, it's more like an active collaborator, a partner that you actually have to communicate with, to guide, to direct. So, if AI is this new partner, the obvious next question is, what happens if we're not good at talking to it? What if we don't learn how to communicate effectively? Well, that brings us to the pretty stark reality of what it means to fall behind. And trust me, ignoring this shift, it's just not an option anymore. Let's make this super concrete, okay? On one side, you've got the old way, the legacy workflow. You know what I'm talking about. The manual coding grind, the painfully slow prototyping cycles, getting lost in Stack Overflow for hours. But on the other side, you've got this new AI-augmented workflow. We're talking rapid iteration, instant access to pretty much all human knowledge, and a crazy boost in efficiency. And the gap between these two worlds, it's not just widening, it's becoming a massive chasm. And being stuck on the wrong side of that divide, it has real, tangible consequences. I mean, we're talking a serious drop in your own productivity, watching others innovate circles around you, and, well, let's be honest, career stagnation. This isn't some hypothetical what-if scenario. This gap is getting wider every single day. I mean, check out this quote. The gap between developers who leverage AI and those who don't will soon be wider than the gap between senior and junior engineers. Just let that sink in. We all know how big that gap is. Now imagine something even bigger. That's what we're talking about here. Okay, so the risk is crystal clear. The chasm is real. So how in the world do we get across it? Well, the answer, the bridge, it all comes down to the power of the prompt. This is the skill that's going to define your future as a developer. So what even is prompt engineering, really? It sounds fancy, but it's not magic. It's simply the craft of designing really effective instructions, prompts, to guide these AI models to give you what you actually want. Think of it as the new human-computer interface. It's the language you need to learn to have a productive conversation with your new AI copilot. Here's a great way to think about it. For decades, what was the ultimate source of power and control for a developer? The command line, right? Well, prompting. That's the new command line for the age of AI. It is literally how you take all that incredible, mind-boggling power of a large language model and wield it with precision and intent. So once you get good at this new command line, what can you actually do? Well, you basically unlock a new developer superpower. I'm not exaggerating. It's a skill that opens up a level of efficiency and, honestly, creativity that felt like pure science fiction just a couple of years back. This is going to completely transform your day-to-day. Think about it. You can automate all that tedious boilerplate code. You can spin up a working prototype from just an idea in like minutes instead of days. You can get an instant explanation for some bizarre bug that would have taken you hours to track down. You can even learn new tech stacks on the fly. You can literally ask it, hey, act like a senior Go developer and explain Go routines to me as if I'm an experienced Java programmer. Bam! You've got a personalized world-class tutor on demand. This isn't just some small upgrade, folks. It's a total paradigm shift. So what's the bottom line here? What does all this add up to? Well, early data is suggesting a potential 10x productivity multiplier. Seriously, 10 times. Just take a second and think about what you could build, what you could achieve if you were 10 times more effective. That's the sheer scale of the opportunity we're looking at. Okay, so the upside is massive, and the risk of getting left behind is very, very real. So where do we go from here? What's the next step? Let's talk about how you can get started, like, today. your very first steps to mastering prompt engineering.
Look, the best way to learn any of this stuff is just by doing it. You can literally copy and paste the prompts you see here and try them out. But hey, let me give you a pro tip to go one level deeper. To get really good results, try to give the AI three things in your prompt: a role, a task, and some constraints. For example, you could say, act as a senior security engineer, that's the role. Your job is to review this Python code for vulnerabilities, that's the task. And I want you to focus on SQL injection and cross-site scripting, and give me the fixes in a code block. Those are your constraints. That simple role task constraint framework, it will immediately level up your results. Guaranteed.
Now, I know it's easy to look at all this and feel like you're already behind, but you're not. There's this great saying: the best time to learn prompt engineering was last year. The second best time is right now. Seriously, the boat is just now leaving the dock. There is absolutely still time to jump on board.
So here's the bottom line. The next decade of software is literally being written as we speak. So the only real question left is, who do you want to be? Do you want to be one of the people writing those rules, or just a spectator watching it happen? The choice is yours, and it all starts with your very next prompt.